So when there have been frustrations or questions from the media or from the family or from the world, you've often been the man who has been asked to answer those, or you have been questioned yourself.
Part of the job, and it comes with the territory. But people do not see what happens below the radar. People do not see what happens after the 5:30 PC. The calls of support from friends across the world, leaders offering assistance, information. There are cultural differences. There are times when we are lost in translation, and we're learning through this process. And basically, I'm not saying that we must handle it perfectly. They've got a lot to do to deal with the families. But what we've done now is to move forward. The number of passengers that involved here came from 14 different countries, all with different backgrounds, different culture, different languages, and they deal with this loss differently. And it's a process that we have to go through.
So, just to clarify, you're saying that through this process, through these past 5 weeks, there are things that you've got wrong and Mass have got wrong, but you've learnt from them and you're learning from them.
And that's the only way to go through this. And it's not about us. It's unprecedented. The Prime Minister of Australia, Prime Minister Abbott, actually said that this is the biggest, most complicated and complex search operation in the history of mankind. So how are we going to benchmark what Malaysia did? And how are we going to deal with a situation where never in our history we've lost a plane without finding wreckage as yet. We have not reached the situation where we can find a black box. And we've got to deal with raw emotions. We've got to deal with family members who are trying to grapple with it. And sometimes people are not sensitive, including the Malaysian government, including MAS. But there is no clear-cut answer. I know there are families that are really, really not happy with how things are going. We try to manage it. But at the same time, there's also the other side of the coin, where other people have been dealing with their grief in a different way. And we've been managing that, you know.
There were moments in press conferences where you were asked whether things had gone wrong or there had been contradictions, and you said, no, I think we've handled this very well. We should be very proud of the country. And I wonder whether you felt under quite a lot of pressure at that stage.
I think at the end of the day, deciding whether we've done it right or wrong, even for me at that time, would be premature. I didn't say that we did it well, because it is unprecedented. What do you benchmark how well we did in something that's never happened before?
Do you sleep okay at night?
Yep.
What do you think about when you go to sleep? I mean, this has dominated your life.
Not really. Like I said, to me, the one that I find most difficult is having to imagine what the families are going through. And that dominates most of my thoughts. And the quicker we get a closure to it and get on with it, I think that will help me sleep and more soundly at night.
But what has been the hardest moment for you personally over the last 5 weeks?
The families. And to me, it's all about that. What is a 777 if it's not the passengers that we're concerned about? What is a transponder if it's not about the pilot and the co-pilot and their families? Isn't that all about people that we have to deal with? I can only do my best. I can only tell you what I know. But the problem with the families is that the one question that they want to know, I don't have the answers as yet, Alistair, which is where are their loved ones? And where is the plane? And that's what we're working at the moment. And the best lead we have is these signals that are coming out from the black box.
You think it's the black box?
I think it's the black box, and I hope it's the black box. But if not, we still will not give up. We've been through this so many times, in so many places. Even if it is not, I will persevere.